Of course, we've got two big games this afternoon. The Eagles take on Hawthorn, and no doubt fans are making their way down to Kilda Park for the clash between Geelong and St Kilda as we take this preview of that match.
The big improvers of 1987, much was expected of St Kilda during the current season, but so far the Saints have not been able to put it all together. A 3-week suspension of century goal kicker Tony Lockett against Fitzroy in round 1 was just the start of a horror stretch for Darryl Baldock, out of which the side has not yet climbed. On Anzac Day, the Moorabbin ground was near capacity as the Saints threw everything at Essendon. But despite some excellent individual performances, it was the Bombers that came away with the 4 points. The rot set in well and truly last week in Perth, when, at a rain-soaked Wacker, the West Coast Eagles gave the Saints a lesson in wet weather football. Apart from that, they've lost their last 8 matches against Geelong, last winning at Kilda Park in 1983. Geelong, meantime, can be a tipster's nightmare. They've lost 2 of their 3 home games against the West Coast Eagles and Sydney Swans, in the middle of which they scored a fine win over Essendon in round 5. Last week, though, saw them at their best. Against last year's premiers Carlton at VFL Park, Geelong proved once and for all it is a definite finals contender, able to mix it with the very best of them. The problem now confronting coach John Devine is to get some consistency into the side's efforts and not drop any more games at Kilda Park.
A big afternoon of football on 7, of course, highlights of that game coming away 5 through until 6 this evening. Selections for both games in a word. Bob Davis.
I like the Eagles to beat Hawthorn over there, and I do think that Geelong will win.
Kelvin.
I agree Geelong, but I think Hawthorn will get up today.
Don.
Hawthorn and Geelong.
Hawthorn, good things, and Geelong.
Well, I'd be the worst tipster in Melbourne. I'd go for the Eagles and St Kilda.
Yes.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.